Hi, this is Chris and welcome to Winemaker TV. If you like wine, if you like mead, if you like cider, and you want to learn how to make it for yourself, this is the place for you. Are you new here? Please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll know every time I come out with a new wine and a new video. Today we'll be making a quick, easy, simple wine, especially for beginners. It's a black cherry plum wine, so stay tuned. Today we'll be making a quick, simple, easy black cherry plum wine. Quick, simple, and easy because it's from store-bought juice. This juice is from Aldi. It is a non-GMO blend of many juices, but mainly grape juice, apple juice, cherry, and plum. So this is, if you want a good place to get started, this is the good place to get started. So we got a gallon of juice, and I'm going to be adding in a jar I got also from Aldi of black cherries, or sour cherries, sour cherries. And I'm going to be sanitizing today with a one-step sanitizer. I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of yeast nutrient, and I'll be using a Red Star Premier Cuvée, and you will also have I got a 3-gallon fermenter because I'll be adding fruit to it, so I don't want it to bubble up through there, so we'll give it a little space. So, but after a week to 10 days, I'm going to rack this off into a gallon fermenter. So let's get started. Before we get started today, I had a question on my Facebook group. If you want to join there, a link will be in the description below. We share tips and tricks. They want to know about, it's Wade. Wade wanted to know how I sanitize all my equipment. Let's see. I'll be adding a cup of sugar today to this. Usually I add 2.5, but since the cherry has sugar in that, I'm just going to add a cup. So at my feet, you can't see it, but I have my bottling bucket, and if you want to see how to make a bottling bucket, there'll be a card that'll come down. So I have my bottling bucket in my at my feet. So, and I just keep all my equipment right there, it's like within arm's reach in the sanitizer. Usually I like Star San, but there was a sale, a good buy on this one step, so I just used it, and it's a no rinse sanitizer, so there's no rinsing it off, so you can just get it out of your bucket and get it, and I just swirl it around, and then I put it back in the bucket. So that's how I sanitize all my equipment. I always have the bucket right at my feet, right at my hand's reach. So let's get started making some wine. Okay, if you're wondering if I'll be adding any wine tannins today, I won't be. I had about a month ago, me and my wife and I went and visiting a couple of local wineries on her birthday. And I had a good conversation with a guy, professional, of course, and he was talking about how he liked to have the fruit forward, and he added nothing but potassium sorbate at the end. So all he had was, potassium metasulfate, if I can talk, at the end. Excuse me. And he referred to it as having the fruit forward in all his wines, and he won me over. It was a great wine. So I'm going to try to simplify my ingredients and recipes down, trying to mimic him, because like I said, that was some of the best wine I've ever had. I had a Cabernet Sauvignon from him to die for, and some Muscadine from him, and he made a ton of different types of wine. So, and he gave me a little tour of his winery, his fermenting room, and it was awesome. So let's start by adding 1 cup of sugar. We're going to add in our cherries, and this is pretty simple. We're just going to chunk everything in there. That's why it's quick and it's easy, good for beginners. We're going to add our juice. Put about half of it in there. Give the bottle a good shake. Get some oxygen in there. That helps the yeast get going. It's a pretty color. And another thing on sanitizing, if you have foam and stuff in your fermenting bucket after you sanitize it, it's fine. It's a no rinse. It is a no rinse sanitizer, so don't rinse it after you've sanitized it, because you don't know what's in the water. So you know it's, even though it got some bubbles in it, it's still good. It's foam. Oop. Get it aerated a little bit. Like I say, air, oxygen. Well, during fermentation is good. Oxygen after fermentation, not good. So, since I had my spoon on my table, I just dip it right in my sanitizer. And we're going to stir this up, and then we'll be right back. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of the yeast nutrient. And last step, 1 pack of wine yeast. And like I say, I hardly ever make a starter. And my, several years of making wine, I've made starters just a handful of times. Just pitch it right in. Never had any problems. And we are done. Fermentation will take about 7 to 10 days, and I will rack that off into a glass 1-gallon container. And once the fermentation is stopped, it looks really good. So we'll be back to wrap things. Okay, fermentation will take about 7 to 10 days, and then we'll be racking that off into a glass secondary fermenter. And we'll probably let that sit in there for about a month or two. When it starts clearing, then we'll bottle it up. 1 gallon will take about 4 to 5 750 milliliter bottles. And then after, I'd say, another month or two, depending on how clear you like it, then you should be able to enjoy it. But it will get better with age. So the hardest part about starting making wine is being patient and letting the wine sit. So that's the hardest part, in my opinion, anyway, because you make it and you want to try it. But try to use patience and let it sit for several months, even up to a year. Some people, let them sit up to a year. But I usually let them a couple of months would be good. If you like what you see here, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll know every time I come out with a new video. Also, if you want to help support this channel and help me buy more equipment and more wine, and to make more videos and more equipment and more ingredients, there will be links in the description below. If you need some homebrew supplies, there's a homebrew link. If you shop on Amazon, there'll be some Amazon links. Even if you don't buy what's there, any of your purchases will go to supporting this channel. So this is Chris with Winemaker TV, and that's all there is today.